All right, this is People Are Strange by The Doors, the great Robbie Krieger on guitar. We're going to start out with this. Okay, so we're starting out with 2 and open on the A string, nice and slow, 3 on the E string there with a slight maybe bend, and then we're going to get into a E minor chord. We go O, 2, 2, O. We hold that open on the G string slightly, and then we come back to the 2 on the D string, and then we go 2, 1, open on the A string. So we got. We're going to come into the A power chord there, so we're going to end up with 2, 1, open, 2, 2 to open on the G. And we get back to that 2 on the D, 2, 1, open on the A. So we got. Now this time, 2, 2, and then the 2 2s that are part of the E minor chord. So open G, and then a triplet, O, 1, 2 on the A. And we have big 2. I end up doing it with these fingers. 2, 2, and 1 going down the strings from the big one. 2, 2, 1, big open, and then back to the 2, O, 3, O to start the second half. So from the beginning, we got those first 3 are extra slow, so it's like, and this is the verse. Back with the E minor, same stuff. So there's a little bit of different stuff going on there. We had the now this one's gonna go O, 2, 2, 2, big open to 2, and then the triplet. So it's, and then at the end we have 2, 2, open after that E on that 5th, 4th, and 3rd string going down. So once again, real slow, we got. And then we're in the chorus, and you have to rest before you hit these chords. So it's like, boom. So we have a 4 and a 2 from a B7 here, and then we have the 2 from the B7. Think of a B7. So you could hit a B7 like, boom. But I've seen a tab that had a kind of an interesting sound, and it might be the right thing. 8 open and 7 for the B7 chord once you get after that first one. So the first one would be like, boom. Okay, so you could just hit these little 3s for a G chord, and you could hit the 807 for a B chord, but you could hit a full B chord and decide which one you think sounds best. So it'd be like 3, 4. So after we hit that 1, we kind of pause there for a minute, boom, and then we hit it 2 more times, boom, back to G. Just that once. And when you start hearing that one hit, there's a little bend that happens eventually. So it's the 10th fret of the 2nd string that happens with that. So it'd be like. Okay, so the chorus once again is like B7, G, B, and it stops there. And where that stops happen in the chorus is where you'll hear your bends there. Then we have a couple more Bs, So we're gonna pop back to the G now. 3 and 2 more of these. And actually 3 sets of that at the end of a chorus. And then 2, 2, 0, 0, 3, 3, 2. Okay, and then we get in the second verse. Now the second verse is gonna be on this E here. So we're gonna go up to So the tab I saw says 12 open 12. The songster tab says 12 open 12 and then 12s, and it kind of sounds cool. And then we're gonna go to the A minor 5s down here. So we got boom. Okay, so it's 12 0 12. We got to rest. You go rest, and then the 12s, just the bottom ones, and then the 5s. Back to those little 12s, 5s again, 12s, and then you're back to an open and 12 here at the end. Then we're going to repeat all that second verse. Boom. Okay, and then we have the solo. We're going to come in on the solo. Back to the chorus. Boom. And that would put us to the chorus, but we got to go back and look at that solo. So that solo is a 5th fret on the E string, like a half step downward bend. Now we're going to have a double pull off, 5-3-0, and then a 3-0 on the second string. And then we bend that second fret. We go to the open eventually, and you go 3 to 12 in a slide. And then we're going to have real slight bend on the 15 of the second string. And you go to the 14 of the G down to the little 15. And we're going to have a little 12, 15, 12 in the second. Bend that 14, pull it off. Go down to that lower 14. So we got. Now this next measure. So that's 12, 14 to the open. And Robbie Krieger was excellent on these open string riffs, man. He'd be just doing a thing way up here in this high position. All of a sudden, he's down in that low position. So being able to switch octaves in the middle of a phrase is really cool, and Robbie Krieger is great at that. So we got 12, 14, open, open, 3, and then a quick hammer 3 to 5 to the open to that 3 over here. So we got. Now we're going to do 3 bends on this 5th fret of the second string and pull off to the open. Then we have a 3, 5, 3 open, all with 1 pick. Hammer on, pull off, pull off. So the 2, we're going to bend the 2, and then once we're up, we're going to bend it down, pull it off, go to the 2 over here, and then we're going to have an open, the 2 on the G, open on the B. We're going to have that bluesy slide, 2 to 4 to 3. And then a quick one. And then downward, pull off, 2, 0, 2. Okay, so the solo again, we got. Okay, and then we're back into your chorus. So I think we've done that enough. And then we got the outro chorus is going to be kind of arpeggiating the chords. You got your B7. So you got your 2, 1, 2, open 2, and you're going to go 2, 1, 2, then jump to the little one, and then hit the second one. Now we can do a little finger picking here. We got a G chord here, so we got 5, 5, 4, 3, 3. We're gonna hit the outside ones, the 5th and 1st string, and then the 4th string to the 2nd. 1st string, and then 4th, 2nd, 4th. So it's okay, and then we're gonna jump to this B7 chord up here. 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, and 7. So if you haven't tried that one, that's a great 7 chord to get that pinky in there in the 2nd string. So this one's gonna have like a, so this is like a triplet with the 7 on the small ones, 5th and 4th strings. 1 and then we go 8 to 10, and then we go 7, 7, 7. D string to E and back. So and we'll just do that one again. And he's likely doing some different ones each time, but this kind of makes it a little easier for you. And you could arpeggiate that however you think it sounds best, you know. You probably did it different a lot too. We're gonna do the B7 actually twice. Back to the G. And then we're gonna do the B7 3 times. And you can switch it up, you know. Then we're gonna have slowly go up the B7 chord. Once again, that's 2, 1, 2, open 2. And then they do kind of a pitch change. They bring the pitch up. It's almost like a reverse whammy bar going down the. So we go. And it gets higher as it goes. All right, People Are Strange, the awesome Robbie Krieger, and the Doors. Talk to you all soon.